Paul, it's probably not the result you were looking for, and I don't think it was necessarily the performance you were looking for either, certainly not in the second half from what I can gather. 2-2 draw with Blyth this afternoon.
No, it was from our performance from the first half to the second half, they were poles apart. Some of our play in the first half was really good. We got down the sides of them on numerous occasions. They defended really well at times to prevent us getting a goal earlier. And you know, I've come in at half time with a goal up, and you know, you're looking forward to stepping on it in the second half, and we didn't do a lot of the things that we spoke about at half time. You know, I said before the game, at times we're passing it back too many times to Luke. This was before the game. I said I don't want to, but second half we just kept passing it back to him, and it was infuriating. And we went away from a lot of the good stuff that we done in the first half, and it caused us so many problems. And they made changes. They changed their setup and put us under pressure, and we suffered. 2 poor goals defensively. The first one we were wide open. Just a little bit of movement caused us to be too far apart as a defence, and the lads stilled it in the bottom corner. And then the second goal, they get down the side of us far too easy, and then there was 1 or 2 could have scored on the back post, which was massively disappointing. But I have to say that again, we lose that a couple of months ago, but I felt the little bit of quality that we did show in the second half caused them problems, and quality from Byron to deliver an unbelievable cross that Van, I don't even think he headed it. I think it's just come off his side, and he scores on the death, and that's, you know, an attitude I'll never criticise. I'll criticise some of our playing and decision making in the second half, but the fact we keep going, and we kept going and got something out of the game, shows that we want to win this fight.
Given that Blyth are where they are in the table, I suppose anybody turning up thinking this was going to be an easy victory was going to be mistaken, weren't they? Because they've got everything to fight for and play for too.
Well, I've said, you know, you look at their results, and their best results come on the road. They've had some really, really good results on the road, and I for 1 minute never thought this was going to be an easy game or a gimme or one where you turn up and win. They've got better players than that, you know, so it was exactly what I thought it would be, a tough game. And you know, it's a positive point. Obviously we're disappointed with how we've earned the point in the second half, especially playing as well as we did at times in the first half, but we have to take the point and we have to move on, because we've gained a point on teams below us, so you know, it's another point.
6 games unbeaten now, so there's you know, a real positive out of that today, and like you said, the fight to get something right at the death there, when perhaps it looked like it got away from you, does speak well, doesn't it, for the character in the team? Yeah,
it does, and I've said it before about lads who have to come on and make impacts, and subs who come on and make impacts, and I felt the lads who came on had an impact. You know, even if it was just a bit of hustle and bustle, just a bit of closing down, just a little bit of trying to make something happen, that was there, and that's got to be a positive. It's a big positive to have that. We had lads disappointed, obviously, being left out, but you know, that's part and parcel of the game. It's how you react and how you respond, and we've had that. So yeah, we'll train this week. We'll train in the middle of the week, get ready for Hereford coming up. So yeah, we'll make sure we're ready for that. I'm
going to say, and those changes off the bench, that was something you didn't have when you first came in, did it? No, you know, you didn't have the ability to change a game or to go through the gears, you know, if you needed to.
No, sometimes you'd be thinking, how can I do this, and I'd be changing the team within the 11 on the pitch. Now we've got options to change the shape. If the shape's working but certain personnel aren't doing it in the starting 11, we can change that. You know, which we did. I just felt today that, you know, for all our good control in the first half we had, we went a long way from it in the second half, but I have to say that you've got to give the opposition credit, because they changed and they caused us problems, albeit we didn't deal with a lot too well, but you know, like I say, it's another point in the right direction.
Victory today wouldn't have made anything safe, and we know that there's still games to go, but it just kind of means it just has to roll forward a little bit now. And as you say, Hereford on Friday is the only game of the bank holiday weekend, so you can give that one everything.
Yeah, well, we're giving every game everything. You can see that, and I think you know, we've got to shake this poor record that we've got of not winning away. We've got to lose that, and that's what we'll be trying to do on Friday.
Okay, and just a quick word for the official who took over today as well, because obviously we had a bit of drama in the first half with the assistant not being able to continue. You were quite happy with the replacement official, somebody you actually know, I gather.
Well, I know of him. I know his brother. A bit bizarre. His brother played for Blyth today, JJ O'Donnell. And I've actually met him before when we were both at Luton together. You know, and he you know, he's an official at a reasonable level, at a decent level. So, you know, you have to trust his integrity and his honesty to do the best job he can. And I don't think he had much to do. I said to JJ, tell your kid the second goal's well offside. But no, listen, it's circumstances that are unforeseen. I'm still scratching my head as to why we don't have a fourth at this level. I think it just makes things a lot better. But you know, it's not too many times that the linesman goes off with a pulled calf. No, I told him to carry on and just flag for offside to save his legs in the first half. But obviously we were fortunate because it could have been a case. I mean, they had a couple of people who stepped forward, but one was a fan, another was off the board. I think their fan had just put his pie and his pint down, so that wouldn't have been ideal. So, you know, would it have been right to have a board member? So, you know, listen, I didn't think that the officials were in any ways an issue today. I thought the game was right for them, and they done right by the game as well. So no complaints really.
Okay, that's great, Paul. Thanks very much for your time.
Cheers,
and we'll see you at the weekend.
You will.